Christian, thanks for having us at Mantra Amphora and Palm Cove in North Queensland. It's another warm one up here, but thanks for having us. And the resort looks fantastic. It always does. But we're up here to follow up on the install we did on your gates. I think it's about 10 months ago now. We came up to help Michael from Tropical Pool Inspections retrofit some soft closing hinges to your security gates and see how they're going and get a bit of feedback on what's important to the resort as far as the gates and how they function and things like that. So, but how are the gates functioning?
I think they've received really well ever since install, because from original install they've been installed with the normal hinges and the self-closing hinges or the shock reduction hinges. And yeah, it caused a lot of problems within the guests and the occupants of the complex. So once we moved them over into the Polaris ones, we started to really have lots of positive feedback on the noise reductions, the way they're closing, the security on it, which was paramount for the body corporate here, to keep those gates in place so they don't stay open, which was again like something that happened before regularly. You have to, because we're sitting on the ocean front, we have to adjust it to numerous kind of weather situations, like especially with the wind. It's a problem. So doing it too light, they stay open. You're doing too heavy, you're going to get more and more complaints about the noise. And the installation with the Polaris Hinge has actually saved all and reduced all of those occurrences. So we're really happy.
That's fantastic news. The security is a massive one, that if the gate doesn't shut, it's a waste of time having a lock. So Power Close is the product that we've installed to make sure that it comes back and latches. And we're really happy that it's worked out for you guys.
Yeah, it certainly did. I mean, I guess the installation was good through Michael, and the soft closer works consistently and sort of really have only good feedback. And the power closer as well, which was the problem that we used to find on low wind conditions. You set it all up, the low wind conditions then really impacted on the closing itself. That really solves that issue for us as well, all across. And I mean, the guest satisfaction and the occupant satisfaction when you have a bedroom right next to the gate is pretty paramount. It's pretty high.
Absolutely. And just a quick one, I noticed that there's Polaris soft close hinges on all the pool fencing gates. And, typical aluminium pool fencing, it doesn't necessarily need soft closing. A spring hinge people typically use a spring hinge, but one thing we noticed is the function with a soft close hinge on even those aluminium gates, it's so much nicer. It's, if you've got guests on a sun lounge right next to the gate, it makes the whole feel of it is completely different.
Well, as you know, like that's how we actually got onto the main gates through you guys, because we had them installed first. The reason we installed those ones is similar reasons. Is one, the reliability on the other ones just often really let us down. The guest satisfaction and the comments that we had on pool gates, again, like we're a big complex, we've got a lot of bedrooms next to pool gates. So again, the feedback from guests and occupants to noise interruptions during the night is just sort of was there all the time. Once we tried and tested the Polaris Hinge on the pool gates, it cut that out too, and you can see that it just works for what it's intended to do.
Look, I absolutely appreciate you being the visionary that looks after their guests. They're going to improve everyone's comfort, but is it something that you would recommend to other resorts?
Yeah, we do, definitely. And we already done. So I think like your product is in Palm Cove now and another property as well. It's different how we now have guest satisfaction and even our own satisfaction, because we don't want to have guests come to us and go, this slams, or can we do something? Oh, I woke up, or, it's just one of those annoying noises, and from that perspective, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Thanks, Christian. Really appreciate it, man.
Nah, it's all good. I appreciate it. Like I said, we actually looked a long time.